What's going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news from the past week in one single video. And we have news about the Galaxy S21. That's right, the S21. We have news about the new Galaxy Bud Beans, which are the next generation of the Galaxy Buds that you're so used to and that you probably love. Update information on the Galaxy S20 phones. We have information on OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro. We have so much news and so much diversity of news this week. It's gonna make you sick in a good way. So enjoy this week. Let me know what your favorite news story is of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get into the tech news. We only have one story today, and it again is about the Galaxy S20, and it's also about the Galaxy S20 camera. Now, this information comes from Ice Universe, who put out the following tweet saying, 4 days after updating the TCT firmware, China updated the Galaxy S20 series firmware TD1 again, once again improving the focus, HDR, and fine-tuning the transition animation. There are other improvements to be discovered. So at this point, they've pushed out over 3 updates. It seems like in about a month, or maybe it's been a month and a half, for the camera on the S20 line of phones, because they want to get it right. And that's really, really good news that they're being so aggressive to fix the issues that we have with the camera. And the only issue I really have, like I've said over and over and over, is the autofocusing. If you guys are having extra issues, hopefully that fixes those issues. But it shows a lot of passion and want to get this thing right, and I applaud Samsung in doing that. I just hope it does fix these issues overall, because I've heard a mixed bag from the last update, which was the AT-CT update on the camera. Some people said it did a lot of stuff, some people said it didn't. So like I said, it's a mixed bag on that, and hopefully this just further cements its improvements with the camera. And again, the update that I'm talking about today that just rolled out in China doesn't seem to be out anywhere else. It seems to only be out in China. So you can always check your phone to see if you have this newest update. But I know for myself, at this point, I'm 2 updates behind. I still don't have the AT-CT update, and I don't have this one as well, so I'm still waiting for it. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 and S9. If you've been wanting the latest update to come to your phone, aka Android One UI, it will not be coming, at least it seems so far, from Samsung. They put a post in their South Korean message board and said that there seems to be no One UI 2.1 coming to the S9, S9 Plus, or the Note 9. They also do say things could change, but as of right now, it's not coming. The latest rumor about the Galaxy Z Flip, which you remember is the foldable Samsung phone that's fairly affordable, at least compared to the Galaxy Fold phone. Well, it looks like there's reported to be a 5G version of this phone coming later this year. Now, if the 5G version of this phone does come, I would actually expect it to get a bump in the processor as well. We'll have to wait and see, but something to look forward to, I guess, if you wanted 5G on the Z Flip. Speaking of the Galaxy Fold, the Galaxy Fold 2 is due to come out in Q3 of 2020, which it could actually launch alongside the Samsung Galaxy Note 20, which will probably be around August of this year. And it looks like the Galaxy Fold 2 will get a 256GB model for a lower starting price. Now, they don't go into detail of what the lower price could be, what processor it's gonna have, if it's gonna have 5G or not, or any other details rather than that. But there is another rumor on it saying it should have a display size of 7.7 inches, which is slightly larger than the 7.3 inches of the Galaxy Fold 1. All good things to come in. 256 is completely fine with me. A lower price, obviously fine with me. The original phone was almost $2,000. It was $1,980. So hopefully they're talking $1,500 and not just like $1,900. I'm hoping a few hundred to multiple hundreds of dollars less than the original version. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 or Tab S20, whatever they end up calling it, is rumored to have much bigger displays. Actually, the same size displays almost as the iPad Pros. And as you can see right here, the headline says Samsung's next flagship tablets are due to have 12.4 and 11-inch displays. These are mega big displays. Right now, the Galaxy Tab S6, if I remember correctly, is a 10.5-inch display, so 11-inch display and 12.4-inch display. If you think about the iPad Pro, their largest is 12.9, and that's a big old hunk of tablet. So 12.4 might be that perfect mixture of huge screen, but not too big, and it'll probably have tiny bezels as well. So I'm actually kind of excited about this big upgrade in tablets. I also expect it to have a Snapdragon 865 processor, maybe even an 865 plus processor. And then also it probably would launch in August alongside, or maybe even slightly before, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20. So prepare to save your money, especially if you're a big Samsung fan, to get all these new products. And last story of the day, if you have the Galaxy S20 phone, the latest update, the one ending in ATCT to improve the camera, is out if you're on Verizon right now. Now, I have a phone that is on Verizon. It's a prepaid carrier, Verizon, and I actually got it. I got it on my S20, and I have a video about the update coming out tomorrow on what I personally think about the update, so I'll release that tomorrow, so I won't give my opinions on it just now. But I don't have it on my AT&T variant of the unlock, so if you're not on Verizon, and you have the unlock phone, you might not get the update. I know I don't have it still yet on my AT&T version of my phone, but still, check your phones, check for updates. It should be out very, very soon, within the next day, 2-3 days, for all the other carriers as well. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro. We have some rumored pricing coming from a gentleman we know very, very well on our channel, and that's Max Weinbach, who has a great track record of leaks and rumors. And he's breaking down the prices as the following. He's saying that the OnePlus 8 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, will cost 719 euros. And he said this could probably equate out to equal value in dollars, so let's say $719. The OnePlus 8, 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, 819 euros. OnePlus 8 Pro with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, which would be their, one of their best phones, for 919 euros. And then lastly, the 8 Pro with 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, which would be their ultimate best version of this phone, for about 1,000 euros. And that's obviously very expensive, and it's pricing that kind of aligns and doesn't align with what Peter Lau, who's the head of OnePlus, said. He said it would be under $1,000. Maybe he meant that one of the 8 Pros would be under $1,000, the other one would be above it. We'll have to wait and see if these prices end up becoming true, but they seem kind of right on the money if you follow how they've priced things in the past. If you follow my channel, you'd know that there was even a newer update for the Galaxy S20. Now, I'm not talking about the ATCT update. There's an update after that that further improves the camera and some other things as well. Well, there's a deeper dive now from Ice Universe in a tweet that he put out that says, at present, China's unique Galaxy S20 series TD1 firmware has significantly improved the fingerprint recognition experience and changed the fingerprint entry logic. This is an update worthy of your expectations. I almost never use the fingerprint sensor. To unlock my phone, I use the face unlock, and then the only time I do use it is to log into my banking apps. So that's really almost the only time I ever use it. I'm almost always home, so I have smart lock on. So to me, it's not a big deal if they ultimately fully improved it, because it kind of sucks anyway, and I doubt they could make it that much better. But still, it's nice, I guess, if they're improving it. And the last story of the day, the phone that probably I know a lot of you are waiting for, and that is the Galaxy Fold 2 and the Galaxy Note 20. It looks like per Sam Mobile, they're saying that the Galaxy Note 20 and Fold 2 remain on schedule for an August launch. You might be, well, hopefully you know a reason why it could be held back, and that's because of what's going on right now in the world, where everything is shut down and not everybody's sick, but there's a lot of people sick, and there's just a lot of bad stuff going around. Companies are closing, events are canceled and everything like that. So this is some light at the end of the tunnel to know that if you were waiting for the Note 20 or even the Galaxy Fold 2, that everything remains on schedule to be released in August. Great news. And obviously the new Galaxy Tab S7 with that huge, which we talked about yesterday, with that huge 11.4, actually 11 inch and 12.4 inch displays should also be on track as well, because they should be released at the same time as these devices. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is Google Stadia, which is Google's streaming gaming platform, which allows you to stream high quality PC games from the cloud, from your browser, from a laptop, a desktop, your phone, up to 4K 60 and it's free for the next 2 months. At least the pro version of this is usually costs $9.99, and to get going is really easy. Just head over to stadia.com, download the Stadia app on Android or iOS, and then you can play on your laptop, your desktop, or Chrome OS tablet with your favorite USB supported controller or mouse and keyboard, and you can play over Wi-Fi on Pixel or many supported Android phones. And it does give you access to 9 games. Some of those games are Grid, Destiny 2, and Thumper. So if you've been wanting to try this, you can right now. And the last story of the day is a very interesting one about the Galaxy S21. Doesn't that sound like a huge freaking number? S21 sounds way too big of a number for a phone. But anyways, the latest, this comes from Ice Universe, and his tweet says the following. Samsung is considering using the under-screen camera technology on the Galaxy S21 first and is evaluating the feasibility of the technology. Now, first off, what he means by that is you wouldn't see any camera on the screen at all. It would just be all display, nothing else. Everything would be underneath the display, so you wouldn't see any of the sensors. And basically, it'd just be a big slab of glass with probably 0 bezel on the sides or at the top and the bottom. This is also not that big of a surprise if they end up doing this or not doing this, just because we know about this technology. We've known about this technology for at least a couple of years at this point. So in to the grand scheme of things, it doesn't truly bother me anymore, or at all really, that the camera's on the screen. Would it be nice if it's not there? Yeah, it would look better, but does it bother me every single day when I'm watching videos or playing games or surfing a website? No, it doesn't. I mean, the hole's pretty small, that's what she said. And it's fine. So, but I mean, it's definitely a cool technology, and it pushes technology to the upper limits. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Google Pixel 4a. Remember, this is their budget version for the Pixel line. The 3a and 3a XL were great phones last year I think they started off at $399 last year, and after they got the Android 10 update, they were like super smooth and super fast and had that great pixel camera. And this is the retail box for the 4a that has leaked out. And we know from the box, or at least from rumors and things like that, that this phone should have a Snapdragon 730, a 5.7 to 5.8 inch display with a single hole punch in the display, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and USB Type-C port, and rear fingerprint scanner. And lastly, if you have the Galaxy S20, have it be the Ultra, the Plus, or the regular S20, and you're on AT&T or T-Mobile, and you have the unlocked version or the carrier version of this phone, you can officially download the new AT-CT update. That is the one that it doesn't completely fix the camera issues, but it does fix, or like improve, I should say, the camera with the Galaxy S20 line of phones. So just swipe down from the top, go into settings, go into software updates. My son's talking, you can probably hear him. He's eating breakfast. And anyways, check for that update and you can install it right now. That's what I gotta deal with all day. Let's get into the tech news. We only have one story today, but it's actually very, very intriguing. It is about the Galaxy Buds, the next generation of these. They could be called the Galaxy Bean Buds or whatever they end up being called, but we've shown these off in the past, and as you can see, they look like a bean. They look like literally whatever kind of bean, a bean that you would eat in your ear. But the cool thing is, the latest information that's coming out about these Galaxy Buds, the next generation, is that they're going to cost under $150 and have active noise cancellation. Now, what's crazy about this is that these would most likely sound better, have active noise cancellation, and maybe have better or equal the same battery life as the current Galaxy Bud Pluses, and be either equal or lesser in price. That's ridiculous. Like, I can't even imagine that they would end up doing that for these. The other thing to keep in mind is these probably, at least from the way they've released Buds, I can't see these coming out until next year. That's a really long time away, so that's why maybe the price decreases at that point. Maybe they're trying to compete even more so with Apple AirPod Pros and AirPods, to get some of that market share. Or maybe they're gonna release these in the next few months so that they do have a more premium brand of Galaxy Buds, and then they have like a middle, the Galaxy Bud Plus, whatever you want to call that, a high-ender brand, but just doesn't have as much going in with it, and maybe they'll lower the price on it as well. But it's very, very intriguing to see these buds be equal the same in price and have more and better features than what's on the market right now with their current $150 Galaxy Bud Pluses. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the OnePlus 8 Pro. Actually, all the stories today are about the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro, and this is the retail box for the OnePlus 8 Pro, and I absolutely freaking love it. This is beautiful. This is so different, I feel like, than any other box. At least the colors anyway. It's simplistic, but it's also, you know, it looks like it's black and red, obviously. I love it. I think it looks amazing. A lot of phone boxes just come in black. Sometimes you'll see it in white, but this is great. I love the simplicity and the coloring scheme of it as well. But that's not it. We also have a live look at a OnePlus 8 Pro. And all these images are leaking off of Weibo, which is a Chinese social networking site. And you can see it shows the specs: 865 Snapdragon, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs storage. It shows the cameras. It shows the 120 fluid 6.78 display, and then a bunch of other stuff such as Android 10 and other specs as well. And you can't really tell much from this, but the big thing I think you can tell about it, at least what it looks like, is at the very top of this, it looks like there is a huge speaker grill. So maybe they massively improved the speakers as well on this phone, which would not be a bad thing at all, especially when the amount of video and things that people do from their phones without wearing headphones. This could be great to have real massive, beautiful sound. Other than that, guys, I've shown this kind of before, but this is, I guess, just another look at it, is the full specs for the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro. Both are gonna have the same processor, which is a Snapdragon 865. The displays are a little bit different. The 8 Pro has a slightly larger display and higher pixel resolution, and also has a higher hertz rate at 120 versus 90. The Pro also comes with the same amount of storage and RAM as the OnePlus 8. Battery's a little bit bigger on the OnePlus 8 Pro. Both have stereo speakers and Dolby Atmos, and the colors are slightly different in terms of the selections that you can get. The OnePlus 8 Pro is 19 grams heavier, and IP68 certification on the Pro, but not the regular version. There you guys go. That is your news for today. Thanks for watching. A question out to you guys is, you know, I'm asking it, OnePlus 8, OnePlus 8 Pro, which one are you going to get? And are you even excited about this if you're not going to get it? Is it a phone that intrigues you at the very least? Let me know that. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace!